Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Other Worlds. We're going to be continuing from where we left off last time. So yeah, we basically collected all the debts for Abernathy, I think his name was. No, whatever the Gravedigger dude's name was, and we gotta go talk to him, and we also gotta go talk to the mayor, or manager, or whatever they call him, of this town, to try to find a power cell. So yeah, I like these loading screens with like the showing like the anatomy of the different creatures and stuff. It's pretty cool, and it kind of looks like a hand-drawn notebook type thing. Alright, textures took a while to load in just now. You know, before I didn't really used to notice stuff like that, but I find like now that I don't know, making videos or whatever, I tend to notice stuff like that a lot more. Which I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Alright, so what mission am I doing? Let me check real quick. Right, still on a small grave matter. I want some of this armor so bad. Looks really cool. So I guess this is like kind of like heavy armor, and this would be like considered to be light. Just guessing based on the looks. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to Silas. I guess I could kill one of those guys and take their armor, but that'd be kinda... I don't know, I feel like that'd cause more problems than anything else.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road.
Okay, I was hoping he would have given me some more information, but I guess not. Right, let's ask him about the Hope.
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. Is there a reason you asking?
So he thinks it's a rumor.
Alright, easy now. No need to get your hackles up. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you.
Wow. Okay. You know what? Let's just change the subject.
You run into any trouble? Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, give me some more money, dude.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
No. You're gonna pay me.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
That's it.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
Damn, dude.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Oh, makes sense. Alright, let's just go. See our... I keep pressing that to open my menu. Right. Right, so we're gonna go talk to the mayor. Sorry, I was just recording some Last of Us videos, and you know, we usually press that button to run.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's
Oh damn, I didn't want to interrupt them.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Huh. So, they're giving people weird shit to eat and advertising it as fish. Typical corporation.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
She tried to tell you, dude. Why are you on her case about it?
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, I wasn't really a row, but okay. I'm not really gonna tell anyone my name like that. Except maybe some companions, but...
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
That's because I don't work for you, sir.
Yes, so it dawns on me. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Okay, keep talking.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
He says it's abandoned, but he keeps saying there like someone's over there, so what's up with that?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
I see.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
Okay.
Adelaide's older than the other deserters. She's dignified, kindly. From what I understand, her camp looks to her for leadership. That reason was me. I asked too much and pushed too hard. But I am ready to make amends if they are willing to return to the fold. We belong to one community, the Spacer's Choice family. If we dissolve into factions, then we will all perish separately. Adelaide will understand that.
Man, this place is crazy, dude. Just like how these people associate their entire identity with these like corporations is mental. Anyway.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson.
Sure. Why not? I could use
I
somebody to
hesitate
like
to part ways with
carry
Miss
my
Holcomb,
stuff.
but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
So we got our first kind of crewmate, I guess. Pretty cool.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk?
Please
Sorry.
don't
talk?
call me ma'am. I'm not that old.
It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
I figured as much, but I kind of need that regulator, so whatever I do, I'm gonna make sure I end up benefiting in the long run.
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. All I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place.
So maybe it had something to do with her son dying or something? I don't know, I'm just assuming.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Yeah, it can't really hurt.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Like, I mean, if we can come out of this without, like, screwing a bunch of people over, then
Sorry.
sure, why not? So, if I remember correctly, Obsidian is one of the studios that Microsoft bought, right? So, it's possible that this second game is gonna be like an Xbox exclusive. Honestly, that would kind of suck, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, the same thing's happening to like Hellblade right now, right? And I guess Microsoft is a little more chill about their exclusives. So I guess that guy was in town, cause oh, this is for body stuff. I'm not gonna give her the assault rifle for sure. Not happening. Yeah, so I got like one objective marker here that's in town. This is what? Could you like alright, so it's not telling me what's what. Alright, I'm gonna head back in town and see what this is about, cause I don't know how I missed that.
Have your rations yet?
Alright, so he's inside this building.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Is this like supposed to be a church?
And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling.
Definitely not.
This season's tossball predictions. The quickest way out of town.
The last one?
Not to put too fine a point on it, but your choice of wardrobe is not precisely common hereabouts. Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, or in some rare cases, a wild-eyed frenzy, like a trapped animal. Pretty universal here, except for Ms. Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that right?
It's just... there's more to it all than numbers. Sorry.
Ah, I see.
Oh, nothing could be further from the truth. I'm simply bemoaning the level of spiritual awareness in this town. Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my flock. These are good, hard-working people here. Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong of me to succumb to distress. This place could be so much more, and I will continue in my quest to make it so.
Okay. Interesting.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So...
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
So my intelligence has to be higher to reply with this. Huh. It's unfortunate.
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I see. I don't necessarily want to agree with him.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it. Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Alright. A bunch of side missions to do. But I think we're gonna continue on with the main quest. Alright, this is like a decent ways off, so if nothing happens along the way, I'm gonna most likely like just cut it out. Also, let me guys know if you actually like when I do that, or if you just like want me to leave everything in. Cause I know some people just like to get straight to the action, other people like hate jump cuts and stuff, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys prefer. Why do we keep messing stuff up so much today? It's really late. It's like, oh no, 1 in the morning. I should be sleeping. Oh god, I keep doing that all the time. What? This? Oh, transport. Does it have anything in it that I can use? Oh, there's a... No, that's empty. Okay, we just experienced our first death. So I was not expecting that. I wasn't ready. Definitely was not ready. Alright, let's try this again, and before I continue, I'm gonna save. Just so I don't have to like go through that gate again. Okay, so this assault rifle barely has any ammo, so it's not gonna be too much use to us. But yeah, I definitely want to check out that crash site again.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
That was random, and how the hell is skipping rocks in a river count as how does that count as terraforming? Like, man, this place is ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. Like some fucking crazy shit going on. Hey guys. Damn, these guys are tough though.
Got him all.
Hopefully I find some place where I can sell this stuff soon. So these only like improve my armor by 1, so I'm gonna keep what I have on. Plus, I've been told that like different armors kind of affect the way people like communicate with you and stuff, and I don't really want anybody like mistaking me for a marauder. Man, some of these things out here are pretty tough. Sorry that I'm like saving so much, but just want to make sure just in case I die, I don't have to like start all the way over again. That'd be pretty annoying. So I could get in there if I had some like keys, but I don't. Oh, here's one of them. Well, they aren't really keys, like more like lockpicks, but so someone like slaughtered these guys. No idea who though, but
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here.
calm down, lady. Just here to talk.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Okay. Wait, what? I don't know what that's talking about.
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Okay.
I've crossed off my share of marauders. This ain't about them. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma. Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago, she was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
Alright. I'll keep my eye out for her.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. I'll tell you what I can. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
I love the sarcasm.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
At least I thought it was sarcasm. It was supposed to be sarcasm, right? It's just that this lady didn't catch on.
What is it?
Yeah, I just think she was a little too stupid to figure it out. Oh damn, there's like people in here and stuff. So, it's gonna be harder to take their belongings. What's up, lady?
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Okay.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Okay. That guy wants me to make peace with you, though.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace?
Kinda here on behalf of myself, but, you know.
Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves. You're doing this for Reed? Why?
I'm not doing it for him, I'm doing it for myself.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Well...
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scrap Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. I think there's something higher and greater than us. But I don't feel it when I'm in the mission.
Yeah, that place is bullshit. Alright, so we've been going for a while, and we talked to this lady. So, of course I'm gonna be diverting power away from the town, because, honestly, screw these corporations, dude. Like, there's no way I'm gonna help that guy out. As long as I get my shit part, and if I can manage to help these people out as well, yeah, that's great. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed, and yeah, I will see you guys later. Bye.